debating atheist purple VR. Purple VR, you want me to go first or you to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, everything in this universe is made up of a mix of actuality and potency. Potency means the way it could potentially be, okay? Actuality means the way it is, okay? Point one, potentially cannot things with potentiality cannot actualize itself without a cause that is actuality. Let me explain. For example, a log can potentially become a fire cannot ignite itself to become a fire. It is just a log. Potentiality does not have causal power. Okay? Point two, anything with potency has parts, okay? Because those parts can be arranged in an infinite number of other ways, okay? Point three, anything with potency cannot be its own efficient cause because there has to be something outside of that system explaining why it is has potency and it is that way, okay? Those parts. Okay, furthermore, the universe has potency, right? Because if you, obviously, well, you agree, so I'm not going to go into the arguments to prove that. So if the universe has potency, it cannot be a self-efficient cause. If that cause is the Big Bang has molecules, cannot be a self-efficient cause. Therefore, there has to be a pure actuality, immutable, perfect being that is outside of time, and that is eternally there. Any other composition would be unlogical. Like, for example, if it went back infinitely, a bunch of potent causes that have potency going back infinitely would be like stacking infinitely a bunch of dead batteries and hoping to get electricity. All right. So what's your response?
Wait. I'm confused. So, like, what are we trying to do?
Well, I just gave you concrete proof that God exists.
Well, there is something called the eye of God, right? Like in the outer space, in the universe. But when you die, what if you when you die, something can happen, you know?
Yeah. So I just gave you an argument.
You can also.
So that sounds cool, but
you can also go to hell. It's like it can be an imaginary because. If you keep going up, because
I just gave you
real. I know, but what I'm saying is it could be real because they say that if you keep going up, there is going to be there is heaven, but wait, hold on.
No one thinks. I'm sorry to say, most people do not think heaven is in the sky. It's unbiblical. When the Babylonians,
I'm not saying that's in the sky. I'm saying it's up in the universe somewhere. But it could be, but it's like there's a low chance because usually it should be all imagination.
Okay, so I gave you defined proof that a God exists. Like, you can't really respond to that. So I want to hear your.
A God can exist, but it's like it's mostly imaginary.
But I gave you like definitive proof that it does, not that it can. Because if the universe has potency or potentiality, and anything with potentiality cannot be its own self-efficient cause, there has to be something causing the universe. And if that's the multiverse, the Big Bang, and everything, an infinitely dense point, no matter what, it would have to go back infinitely on causes, which would be like stacking a bunch of dead batteries. Let's first say potency, and hoping to get electricity. So there is a God. There has to be. Otherwise, it's unlogical in every way, shape, and form.
Well, just think of this. I'm gonna say that a God is real, but...
Okay, we got that. That's the first checkpoint.
Jesus gave birth to some people, like the two first people, but then he died.
Jesus did not give birth to people. Jesus didn't give birth to anyone. Where'd you hear that?
Then how are there two people that were the first born people to live on the earth, huh? Where did everybody else live?
God created them. They were the first people. And God is eternal. And if he's pure actuality, he can... They were born in a mature state. They weren't born. It literally says that they were made out of dust. They weren't born.
Yeah, but how were made out of dust?
Because of God's power. It's the first human cause. If your argument was the same, it would still lead up to a first human that would have to be made from something that is not birth. No matter if you trace it back to evolution, it would have to be made from something that is not, like, fertile and is not birthed. Oh, he left. Darn. Okay.